Good
Thank
afternoon,
you.
everyone, and welcome to our session today that we are going to be talking about how to provide superb customer service, how to make your showings as a listing agent, as a buying agent, unforgettable. There's 12 things that you want to think about when you are showing a property. So we want to give people some time to arrive, and I always like to do that. So while we give people some time to arrive, let's get a few introductions. Our audience is pretty big, but Vanessa, what do you think? Let's about 3 to 4 people just come up, say hello. What part of the world are you in as a realtor, and how long have you been practicing, and what do you want to achieve from today's session?
Let's see if Anthony wants to join us. Anthony is one of our amazing clients. He has also done a webinar for us in the past.
Wow, good. Anthony, thank you so much for being here. And please tell us where you're from, what part of the world you're from, how long you've been in the
He
business.
did not volunteer. I just added him, so I'm hoping that's
Oh, Lisa.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks, guys. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can.
Wonderful. So I'm out here in Halifax, Nova Scotia, on the east coast of Canada. I've been in the business for 15 years. I have a team of six, and really just Paul, I've attended your sessions before here, and just I love your content, just like what you're here to say. So just ready to check in and take it all in.
Wonderful. Anthony, thank you so much. It'll be probably 30, 40 minutes. Won't be a long one today, but we are glad that you're here and thank you so much for the feedback. All right.
Awesome.
Who else?
Does anyone else want to join us here today? I'm seeing some people in the chat. Anybody wants to come up on stage here with Paul? Raise your hands. Do not go all at once.
I see so many people in the chat are like,
Yeah, but they're shy.
are you crazy? Don't be shy. This is not the time to be shy. You've got to step up to the plate and ask questions and get a feel of it. If we need to role play or whatever it is, you should do that. That's how you
We
become
have Alicia here. She raised a hand.
Tanisha. Hi.
Hi, my name is Tanisha Logan. I am from Chicago. I've been in the industry for 4 years. I've been a realtor for 2 years, and I'm looking to learn new new skills and talents.
Oh, this is so good. I'm delighted that you're here, Tanisha. And you know what? I got to tell you one thing. I was in the military, U.S. Navy. I spent 14 years in the Navy, U.S. Navy, and I was stationed in Waukegan, North Chicago. And I tell you what, I love Chicago. People are really friendly, nice, and kind. And the supper clubs is one to die for. I love that supper club. You can eat and listen to fine music. Yay! Cool. Nice of you to be here. And you want to learn something new today? Well, that you will, because we have 6 things for the buyer's representation, and we have six things for the seller's representation of what you should do. We're going to go in depth just a little bit, and we're going to make sure that you comprehend it. The numbers are still rising on the attendance, so let's give people a moment to come in and just get settled down. So, who else? I see.
Before we begin, Paul, there's something that's been sort of bothering me. I've been investigating it, but not being a realtor, not being directly affected, I'm not sure what will the consequences be of the NAR settlement. From what I understood, it will be mandatory starting August 17th, I think, for the buyer commission. How do you think that will affect the market? Because I know we also have some US listeners here. I don't think it's a thing in Canada as of right now. So
Yeah.
how do you think that will affect the market and in general the buyer's agent? Do you think that more people will be switching to listings?
No, I think it's for the strong. I think the strong will survive.
Mhm.
And what I could tell you is that I myself, participate in working with clients, and I have a strong team of over 30 agents, and I could give you a little screenshot of kind of what we're doing right now. So, the buyer's agent, in my opinion, of course, we already started practicing that as a real estate firm. But not only that, we are also recognizing that this could be an opportunity for you to be able to excel. So I'm going to show you something that's kind of happening live and take a look. So let me just kind of go through this and take a look. So let's just say, for example, let's make sure everybody understand. There's a lawsuit, National Association of Realtors have agreed to settle 417 million dollar lawsuit settlement. As a result of that, the real estate compensation for the buyer's agent that used to be in the MLS was removed here in South Florida on the 13th, 2 days ago. So when you go to the MLS and you start to set up your showing, you don't know how much you're going to get paid. So just 2 days ago, I have a new client, and I had to, as a matter of fact, I usually have my assistant set up the appointments, but this time I did it myself because I kind of wanted to get a feel of it, of what's happening. So I had four properties to show my buyer, and one of the new rules is that you have to have the buyer sign a buyer's broker's agreement. It's a 2-page document.
Good thing we did a webinar on the buyer representation agreements as well.
Yeah, exactly. It's that same document that you use,
Yeah.
right? So this one, basically, what we have now, we have to do that in America. We have to do that. So I got with my buyer and I explained to them, hey, listen, this is an agreement. This is what I'm going to do for you. This is the value. Remember, you were referred to me by your sister, and you still want me to represent you. Yes, Paul. Yes. Okay, great. I charge 3%, and that 3% could be paid by the seller, or part of it or all of it. But whatever the seller doesn't pay, then you'd be responsible for it. But more than likely, we can find a seller that will pay most of that, if not all of it. Are you okay? You understand this? This is what I'm going to do for you. And they sign. So I want you to take a look now and look at this live reaction. So you see my WhatsApp. Everybody could see the WhatsApp, and I'm talking to the PRA associates.
Yep.
All right. So yesterday, let's just go to, I say, FYI, everyone, this is for one of the showings that I have coming up, right? And basically, I sent a text message to one of the realtors on this property, and I said, hey, listen, and look at my language. I said, also, have you reserved any buyer's broker's compensation? If you do, if you so did, can you please disclose that? And I put my initials, who I am. It says, hey, Paul, yes, you could show it. 3% buyer's broker compensation. Okay, that's great. So this is how we kind of have to communicate now. But what's even more important, in my opinion, Vanessa, I think what you asked me, what do I think the effect will have? Buyers, brokers agreement, how we operate now. I think this is an opportunity to make more money. Watch, watch this. So that's one of the properties. Now look at another property. I said, Max, can you guys see this? I said, Max,
No,
let me.
please also advise, have you reserved?
Oh wait,
Thank
you can read that? Okay, cool, cool,
you.
cool. Yeah, so let me go back to okay. So can you read this? Yeah. Okay. So Max.
Max, can you please also advise, have you reserved any buyer's broken commission with the seller? And if so, what is that amount?
He says, let me get this. Continue reading. What did Max
Let
say?
me get its info from listing agent Pamela, and I will let you know it's 2.5%.
All right. Then he says, thank you. Then the next thing he says, after I showed the property, right? Because I told the buyer, hey, listen, on this particular one, there's 2.5%. So you're responsible for 0.5%. And then on this one that you saw also, because I showed him 4, you're responsible for nothing. Okay. So keep reading on. So now here comes the guy. What does Max say to me? Thank you. What?
Thank you for your interest in showing my listing ad and the address. You are confirmed to show today at 6 p.m. Note that the property is owner occupied. The seller will step out 5 minutes before the scheduled time for the showing, so kindly inform us if you anticipate being more than 5 minutes late or early. Access, someone will meet you at the property.
Okay, cool. Let's continue on to what I sent my team. So now this morning, I sent my team this one because it's 4 properties. And Can you read, Benisa? What did I say?
Mhm. Have you reserved any buyer's broker compensation for our firm, PRA and Company Realtors on this listings? Please advise if you do and what amount that would be. And then again, yep, it's 2.5%. Congrats, you are the first one to ask based on the new changes. Oh, wow.
Cool. So you see, these kind of communication are welcome. What about this one? Look at this one. That was
Thank you for
today.
the feedback. Please let me know if your client's interested to put an offer, and that I cannot read.
But Benisa, pause. Benisa, pause. This is the one that I want you all to focus on. The agent says to me this morning, "Hey, how was the showing?" After I showed 4 properties last night, and I told the buyers, "Hey, this one is 2.5, you're responsible for 0.5. This one is 3, you're responsible for $0 to me. This one is 2.5, you got to pay me 0.5. And this one," they knew where they stood. The buyers actually told me what you're about to hear, and look how I put it to this agent, and look what happens. I'm looking for more, but I'm doing professionally. I want 3%. Look, read it now, Benisa. Please continue.
I can't see the message.
Oh,
Um,
that's better?
okay, yeah.
Okay.
So good morning. Yes, they are interested and just want to be sure. So we are visiting other homes this weekend. Also, they are subjected to 0.5% commission that they have to pay in our agreement with the seller agreed to a 3% commission to our firm instead of the 2.5%. Not sure if they would. If it's a good offer, that may be negotiable.
All right, so let's analyze this communication. The listing agent reached out to me this morning and he says, "Hey, are your clients interested?" I told him the facts. The clients are saying, "Well, Paul, I like that house, but you know what? They're paying 2.5%. The seller's paying 2.5. I've got to pay 0.5 to you." It's like $1 million property, so it's a couple $1,000s, right? 0.5 is like 5 Gs. So they're saying to me, "Hey, you know what? We still want to see more." I'm communicating to the listing agent, the compensation that you're offering compared to what else is out there is causing them, and it's a realistic thing. The buyer is saying, "Well, if I pick this house, I got to pay you, Paul."
And if they pick the other ones, they don't have to pay anything. So yeah, you're
Exactly.
negotiating.
So is it affecting the buyer's decision?
100%. Yeah.
Ah, interesting. You see that? So in reality, right now, the buyer said, "You know what? Before we go pull that trigger, Paul, and pay you 0.5 for the house that we love, can you just show us on Saturday like 2 more?" So there we go. So this is what I'm saying to you. This is an opportunity to articulate yourself and say, after you make sure you fill out all the agreements with your buyer, you let them know. What if you told the buyer, "Hey, listen, my fee is 4%. Is that unethical? Hey, that's my fee is 4%. The seller's paying 3, you got to pay me 1 more." So I think this is an opportunity to answer your question. And
That's
why don't we get
awesome.
some feedback on that? This is not the topic today, but Benisa, what is your feedback on that? Was it
That is
helpful?
awesome. Honestly, like I knew you were the right person to ask. I don't have a lot of US clients I'm in communication with, but still, as you know, we have to be informed of everything because we do provide so many resources to both the Canadian and US clients. So this was important for us to know basically so that we can, for example, our buyer's guide had a part of a commission within it, and we had US clients reaching out and saying, okay, so this is no longer relevant. So I just needed to have some sort of, information to know what would be okay from our end to say. But this now makes like so many things more clear, at least to me. So yeah,
Yes,
look,
Benisa. I
I
think this
looks
is,
amazing. Yeah.
yeah, I think this is a time of evolution. And when you think about it, just look at it this way. The law said that I need to start making an agreement with my buyer before I even set foot in any property. So if the buyer was referred to me by her sister, and I sit down with the buyer and I said, "Hey, listen, this is what I'm going to do for you. I'm going to negotiate. I've been in business 21 years, this and that. My fee is 4% commission. Do you want to go with another agent or do you want to go with me?" I actually say this No, Paul, I want to go with you. Okay, great. So here it is. So what do you mean, Paul, 4%? Well, I mean 4%. You're paying cash. You're gonna pay me 4% on top of $1 million cash. Oh my goodness, really? I said, yes, but calm down. But easy, 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 easy. Look at this agreement. The agreement says that this is what I charge. However, the seller is charging this amount or going to pay this amount. And therefore, if the seller is paying that amount, then I can either just take that amount and settle a deal, or you can just pay it and we just disclose it all.
Mhm.
So I think this is an opportunity, and just look at what you're doing very carefully. Ask your MLS board what you're doing. Ask your broker. Ask anybody that you can. But it's time for you to rise. We're going to take just a few minutes of your time today, and thank you all for being here. It looks like the audience have kind of stabilized right now and have your full attention. So your blood is pumping and you're ready to learn, and that's wonderful. We are delighted to be here with you. Agent Locator is a phenomenal tool. I myself have an amazing site. It looks amazing. It feels great. The technology behind it is phenomenal. When I coach my coachees, I do recommend Agent Locator as one of the top CRMs and website that you could have as a realtor. So I just want you to be aware. If you're looking for a good CRM, get a hold of Benisa, get a hold of Agent Locator because it works. I love the technology behind it. The marketing, the cost of marketing is so cheap versus anywhere else. So today we're talking about customer service. What is customer service? I'm Paul R. Atkinson, certified professional coach. That's what the CPC means. I've studied at University of Miami for more than 2 years to get the designation and the certification as a certified professional coach. What does that mean? When you're in a coaching environment with me or one of my coaches, it means that you are in a thought-provoking environment. We don't tell you what to do. Instead, we invoke or push out of you what you need to do. When that happens, it causes you to learn better and more sustainable. You don't just learn this today and then forget it tomorrow. You kind of like adapt it and make a transformation. And that's what you really want inside of your career, mentoring or learning. You want to be able to transform. I want you to pay attention just before we get started with this. We're going to provide you with 6 things that you should do as a buyer's agent and 6 things that you should do as a seller's agent to gain superb customer service. But what is the circle of success? Well, the circle of success for us means that 10% of your ability comes from product knowledge. That means what is the barrel roof, single roof, or granite countertop, quarter. That's not a circle. 10% of your ability to know that is just all that's required. 10%. 45% of your ability to persuade and influence and close a deal comes from your selling skills. What's selling skills? Your ability to educate a client on your product and services, your ability to discover what the client wants, needs are, where their authority to buy is, where their qualifications are. All these are skill sets. And the first thing you want to do with developing this skill set is knowing how to make that bonding and connection and getting a client to like you, to listen to you, trust you, and believe in you. This is a skill set, and most salespeople don't have it. If you do the research, it shows that over 74% of salespeople, sales professional, over 80% of realtors, just like you and me, if you go to NAR study, actually cannot produce more than $99,000 a year in income. As a matter of fact, most of the realtors in today's marketplace can't even produce more than $50,000. So it's very important because if you want to develop good customer service, satisfaction, repeat business, people thinking of you first, whenever they think of buying, selling, renting, or leasing, or whatever real estate, they think of you first or your practice, then you must know that you have to have selling skills. Define that. Go ask your broker, go ask your coach, go ask your mentor, what is selling skills and how do I get that? If you feel that you have that already, that's phenomenal. Sharpen it every single day. Practice connecting with people. Practice getting them to like you and listen to you. Practice influencing them. Develop your selling skills. And then the other portion, which is very, very important, equally as your selling skills, 45% of this comes from your attitude, your mindset. Are you going into a presentation to show a house or to present a property for a listing for the seller, and you have the mindset of a positive mental attitude to say to yourself, this buyer is going to love this house? Are you doing that? Is that a thought, that is that a process or a system that goes through your mind? Because guess what? Law of attraction exists. 30 years I've been an entrepreneur. 30 years I've been a salesperson. And these two things have been the pillars of my circle to success and most of my coaches as well demonstrated. So now, what do we do next? Let's clear the screen for you and let's define what is customer service. Customer service, and Benisa, you are right here. Would you be so kind? What is customer service? According to the Wikipedia, what is the definition of customer service?
Customer service for some firms is part of the firm's intangible assets and can differentiate it from others in the industry.
The words differentiate it or differentiate you from others in the industry. What I'm about to show you are things that might look simple. You might say to yourself, oh my gosh, I've heard this before. Or, oh my gosh, really? That simple? But you know what? Ask yourself this. Are you really doing what you're about to see? No matter what happens, are you doing this? That's the question. So here we go. For the buyer's agent, your role is to do the following as a buyer's agent, and write this down. You need to know the buyer's wants. What does the buyer want? So you ask the buyer after you've connected with them and they feel really comfortable to tell you exactly what they're looking for, what they want. They said they want 3 bedrooms, they want 2 baths, they want a certain community because they have a child and they want to be a school district and they want a pool. And okay, that's wants. They want these things, and they want to be within a certain budget that they're qualified for, or the monies that they have. So you need to make sure that you fully understand that, because that's what it's going to take to deliver superb customer service.
Can I interrupt you for a second, Paul? We
Absolutely.
have some people saying that you are quiet on their end for some reason. So do you mind checking your mic or something? I hear just fine, but we had 2 people.
All right, mic check, mic check, mic check, mic check. Yeah, it looks like my mic is low. Uh, Built-in mic output. Test the mic and speaker. Switch the microphone. No. All right, let's put it a little bit closer. Mic check. How is that? Is that better? Can somebody give me a thumbs up if that is better?
Jessica, Diane, yeah, Jessica says it's better now. Awesome.
Okay, perfect. I think I was a little bit
Sorry
away.
for interrupting you. Yeah,
Okay, cool. All right. So let's repeat that, all right? Let's go back and let's go backwards. For the number one, you need to discover and know without any doubt the buyer's wants. What does the buyer want? Typically, a good example is the way to ask this is, hey, after you've connected with them, oh, Benisa, it's so good to talk to you. My goodness, wow, you're going to blah, blah, blah vacation. It's wonderful. Now, Tanisha referred you to me. I'm the best realtor here. And how can I help you? What are you wanting to see in your home? It's a good bridge to go into it, right? So they say, well, Benicio says, I want 3 bedrooms, 2 baths. I want open plan. I want an updated kitchen. I want a school zone for my daughter. I want this and I want a budget. They tell you, please make sure that you pay attention, because more than 80% of us, don't. That's what society says. If you Google it, what percentage of realtors don't listen to their clients? You're going to see a very large number, over 50% of us. So this is how you deliver customer service. You need to know what they want. Secondly, number two, you need to know what the buyer's needs. What do they need? Here's a perfect example. The buyer says to you, for example, the buyer I'm with right now, she says, Paul, I want 5 bedrooms. That's all. 5 bedroom, blah, 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 disappointment, what a million. I showed the first house, 5 bedrooms, 2 houses, 5 bedrooms. And I see the feel, the dynamics of the families, her, husband, and the little boy. I see the dynamics. She's wanting 5 bedrooms because she has a whole bunch of friends coming over and family from Jamaica. Okay, cool. On the next go around, I said to her, let me pick for you, and it's going to be Paul's hot picks. She says, okay, great. What do I pick? A whole bunch of 4 bedrooms. What are the needs? Do they really need 3 bedrooms? Do they really need 5 bedrooms? Can they do 4? So I saw that, I assumed that, and I was right. When I showed that, that's one of the properties right now that they really like and they want to make an offer on, but they want to see just a little bit more before making the offer. Interesting. Let me just break it down for you. The wants are the 3 bedroom, 2 bath. The needs are they actually can live in a 2 bedroom, 2 bath as long as it's spacious. And the way you can ask that and discover that is by saying to the client, okay, so you said you want 3 bedroom, 2 bath in blah 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 blah. Is that correct? Yes. Let me ask you a question. What if I found a beautiful, large square footage, 2 bedroom, 2 bath in that same community? Would you take it? That's how you discover the needs. And you start to break it down and make it easy. Now, why is this important? You know why it's important? Because if the budget cannot support the 3 bedrooms that they want, it could sure enough give you ammunition to dip into the 2 bedrooms and get more to show. Isn't that interesting and logical? Number 3, ensure you have full authority to buy with all showings. Now, Anthony, you've been around for 15 years. Please come to the stage. Can you help us to define what is authority to buy? What is authority to buy? Does anybody know what authority to buy is? Anthony, I do invite you. If you can speak, you're more than welcome to speak. Do you know, or anybody know?
I would say motivation, timeline, and financial ability.
This is wonderful. Authority to buy is very interesting. And what authority to buy is, thank you, Anthony. You're amazing, and I appreciate your feedback. I want you to understand this. This is a very critical part. Authority to buy is who else need to be present to make the decision. For example, you've got the wife. Does the husband need to be there too? You've got a single lady. Does the brother, sister, family, pastor, church member need to be there too? How do you discover the authority to buy? It's in the discovery phase, the fact-finding phase, the rapport building phase, that you're saying to them, hey, listen, so when I do find you that 3 bedroom, 2 bath, and we're going to look at it, is there anybody else that we are wanting to send the listing to for them to look it over? Oh, no, it's just me. Or they might say, oh, yes, can you send it to my boyfriend, my fiance? Oh, Scott, give me the email. Authority to buy. How many times have you gone out to show a property or do something with a buyer? You're building rapport, you're buying them a coffee and you're having a good time. Yeah. And then to turn around and you say, okay, we're showing you 3 houses. What would you like? Which one you like to make an offer on? Oh, no, I don't know. I have to think about it. As a matter of fact, I'm going to have Johnny come. You need to get that out the way from the jump. It's funny because this current buyer I'm working on right now, that it was referred to me, that's exactly how I played it. That's exactly how I worked it. She said, okay, this is what she wants. I made all the bookings. I made the settings. I said, she wants to see this one. I said, okay, great. She wanted to see it at 1 p.m. I said, well, okay, is everybody going to be there that you want? Your husband, is he going to? Oh, no, he's going to be at work. I said, well, you know what? It's probably going to be best if we show everybody at the same time. She says, Paul, you know what? You're right. I said, let's do it 7 o'clock in the evening, 7:30 when he gets off work. Yeah, you're right. I got husband, I got kids, I got uncles, I got everybody all at once. Very important. Authority to buy are the people that helps to make the decision. Sometimes there is some and sometimes there isn't. Number four, how did number four, you have to provide tangible details to the buyer, something that they can touch, like a flyer. Now, back in the day, I used to have this little folder, presentation folders. And if I'm going to show four properties, I would have four detailed view sheets plus a pen with my name on it, Paul R. Atkins, the best realtor in town. And I would have it in there. But when COVID came around, I kind of did away with that and I went electronic. So my electronic situation now is when I pull up my app and the property that I'm showing, I would text them inside of the house as soon as we arrive. And I would say, hey, here's number one scene today. Here's number two scene today. Here's number three scene today. These are my tips to you. This is something they can touch because it's part of their personal belongings. It's inside of their device. Not only that, when they go back and sit on the couch, they could say, well, you know what? I don't remember. Which one was it? It was the first one. Which one is the first one again? I already labeled it. Number one seen today. Give them tangible details about the property that you're showing. Number five, you want to demonstrate the true wants and needs in the property. So that's why I said to you before, do you remember when you were here and here? You can't play games. If they said they wanted a 3-2 or and they said details like an open plan, you got to pick up on that right there. Right? They said the neighborhood of school, like school rating, things of that. You've got to be able to pick up on that because you're going to come back and reconfirm it. You got to demonstrate it. Okay, this one right here, it has 3 bedrooms, 2 baths with an open plan in the school zone that you said you wanted. I just wanted to point that out. Oh, Paul, you're so nice. You remember everything. That's what you want. Customer service. Number 6, then we go on to the seller's agent. You want to gain real feedback, and you also want to place each of the feedbacks on the showings. So you want gain real feedback and place each showing. So what am I saying here? Let's say you're showing 3 houses. It's important that you demonstrate the wants and needs in there. It's important that all the buyers parties are present. It's important that you give them a tangible flyer or you give them some kind of details about the home, a link, whatever it is. It's also important that you inside of that property show that you recognize this suits them. Oh, I think this is great. Look at the backyard. You said you wanted a great backyard. There is no noise. The house is far apart from another house. What did they really want? Now, what am I talking about? Number 6, where you gain feedback? Feeling. Feeling. After you finish showing the house and so what do you think about this one? No, no, no. What do you think about this? What do you think? No. You have to go for emotions. Emotions is what sell and close deals. What are you feeling about this one? How do you feel about this one? Strike the emotion. The verbal bridge is feel. How do you feel? Very important. Let's move on to the seller's agent. What is the role as a listing agent? Okay, so now you have a listing and you are ready to have the showings. Either you're going to be there or you might not be there, but nonetheless, most important things, 5 out of these 6 things are important for you to do, whether you're going to be there or not. Number 1, you must prepare the sellers for all showings. That means staging tips or get your crew to come in, your designer, have the seller pay for it or you pay for it, whatever agreement you could do, and you get it staged up. If you got to put in a new kitchen, you do that. Now, I have that ability with my brokerage firm. I have contractors that if my seller agree to put in a new kitchen, my contractor will put it in and take that money at closing. What relationships do you have? Are these things out there that you could do? Yes, check with your brokerage firm, check with your broker, check with whatever is out there in Canada, in Chicago. But staging tips and readiness. What is readiness? Readiness is you making the seller be prepared at the drop of a dime. Hey, listen, I just want you to know that sometimes, some buyers are very good buyers, very good buyers that just happen to drop into town, that just happen to see your listing one night and just so anxious and ready to come and see it and make an offer. And when those people come on short notices, I want you to really consider to be able to show them. How do you feel about that? Do you think you could get up every morning and just make your bed for the next 90 days that we have the listing? Readiness. Do you feel that, we could leave the house and go to work and just, give me a key and let me know that everything is good? I can put my lockbox on the door because if I'm busy, then we can let the people in. And we don't have to worry about it. Is that okay with you? Readiness. Get the sellers ready, not only just for staging, but also for them to be able to give access and show the property at the drop of a dime. You control that. You pre-program that from the jump. Number two, be responsive to all showing requests. So that's customer service. All of this is good customer service that leads to repeat business. And if you're dealing with a listing agent, then you want to be favored. Think about it when you do show. But as a listing agent, you want to know that your sellers can refer you. They could say, boy, this is such a good realtor. Now, within 1 hour is what I do. I use the apps that we have and I pay attention. And I know even if I'm in a meeting or something, my assistant is seeing it. It also goes by email. And we can respond quickly. Why do we want to respond quickly? Because that buyer's agent is busy. They've got something, they're trying to make the appointments. So you have to think about that, right? If they're trying to book 3, 4 different property, sometimes it get confusing. Think about it. You're like, oh my gosh, it's stressful. Take the stress out of it for them. They're going to remember you. They're going to say, boy, this listing agent was really smooth to work with. You know what? I'm going to encourage the buyer to go this one by disclosing that. Hey, listen, you know what? That was that one agent out of 4 houses I saw today. That one agent, Paul, man, he responded was right away. It was like immediately. He says it was good. And then it leads to this, number three. Provide access to show with clear instructions. So not only didn't Paul respond within an hour. But he also was thoughtful and he told me, hey, listen, when you step over the front door, be careful not to trip. He told me that, okay, when I go to the inside the house, look to the left, the switches are on the left for all the lights. He told me that the blinds are remote and the remote is on the kitchen counter. Be thoughtful. Put it in your instructions. When you go through the gate, do this, do that. It might sound simple, but it's very important for customer service. And customer service in this point as a listing agent means that you want to be able to sell the property fast and you want to be favored, which leads to number four. Ensure the property has the main features that are displayed visibly. Give the why. And where can you give the why? Why this house is the best for you to make an offer, why this house is the best for you to show. Write it in the description. That's one place you could do that. Write in the description all the details about what is the main features of the property. Sounds simple, but is important for customer service. When you talk to the agent, if you're going to set up the showing, in the instructions, some of the most important things I want to point out to you is the brand new pool, the brand new that just restate it, make it visible. Remember, the roof is just brand new, da 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 da. Be repetitive because a buyer's agent is showing multiple properties. They might not remember. Number five, present like a ghost. So if you are like one of those sellers that says, hey, you need to be present in all the showings. Oh my gosh, I truly hate that. Because we're busy and I have a listing right now. It's 1 hour drive away. 1 hour drive away. It's over $1 million, so it's worth it. And the seller says, Paul, every showing I needed to be there. Are you serious? You know how many times I've driven up there, but it's now on the contract. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I'm grateful, I'm grateful. But let me tell you something. When you present a house, Not only is it staged and you responded well and you're thoughtful and you're given the why, but you want to be a ghost. Same with the buyers. When you're showing the buyers, this applies to both. Customer service is a ghost. You know what a ghost is? Don't you ever get in the view of the audience. The buyer, the seller, the buyer is looking at the property. If you are in their view, you know that 180-degree view, get out. Move yourself. Get out. Don't stand in the way. Move. Put your head down like a butler and walk away. It's a psychological thing that empowers them to know that, yes, I'm the boss. I'm looking at this right here. But you see, when you come back to ask them to make an offer or do something, it's reciprocal. You did something for them, they got to do something for you. It's called psychological reciprocity. You want to allow the buyers to digest the showing. You know, sometimes I go to show my property, show a buyer, and the listing agent is there. Oh my gosh. You ever get one of those listing agents that's just yap, 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 yap. I'm talking just talk, talk, talk. Like I'm talking right now. There's no stopping. Yep, yep, yep. Oh, this is that, this is that, this is that. Killing it. Killing the deal. Let me tell you how I show. I show with customer service by saying, this is the open plan living room that you wanted. Here's the kitchen. It has the quartz countertop. You wanted to update the kitchen. Looks phenomenal. Take a look and tell me what you feel. Then I'm gone. I'm like a ghost. I'm ghost, but I'm just listening. If they have a question, oh, I wonder what the HOA is, then the ghost comes back. Oh, the HOA is only $240 a month, and the ghost goes back again. Interesting. Number 6, you want to get feedback within 24 hours. And feedback is where you would ask that buyer side directly. It's not a text message allowing the system to do that. You don't know. A lot of times I go for my feedback and I hear an objection. Oh, you know what? It's a little bit dirty in there. You know, we like the house, but the tenants kept it not right. I counteract that with, you know what? We're going to offer you a $1,000 credit. My cleaning crew is going to go in and they're going to do whatever the concern is. You want to be able to counteract that. Feedback is important. Many times I'm able to come up with ideas on objections that the buyers have given the buyer's agent. And not only that, sometimes the buyer agent is weak with their selling skills and they tell you certain things and you could say to them, oh my goodness, wow, that's what the buyer said. Well, I was wondering, you know, would you mind telling the buyer that blah, 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 like this is what the seller would do. This is how we could work it out. Oh, really? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Go right ahead. You do that and then call me back. Do your feedback and get it directly. And then finally, you have to get and tell the seller what's going on. Hey, this is what's going on every showing, every single showing. Hey, this is what happened. This is the feedback they give. I didn't hear back from them as of yet. Or I did hear back from them and they said they wanted this, that, 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 that. How do you feel about that? Gain the seller's feedback and ask the question, how do you feel? So once again, this was amazing. 6 things that you should be doing as a selling agent. 6 things that you should be doing as a buyer's agent was on your screen. And now we are going to open this up for questions. And what is your takeaway? Have you seen anything like this before? Have you been doing these things in your business? Or perhaps not? Come now. Tell us, what are you experiencing with these 6 things? Do you find them to be of value or perhaps of not? So, Benisa, let's open up the mic for the next 5-10 minutes and we can just take some questions, take some feedback. Anyone is open to come up and speak right now.
I'm just writing a message. Okay, everybody, you can raise your hands if you have any questions or any feedback from Paul. You can ask anything that is not maybe even relevant to this session, but I would just get good use of Paul since we have him here. He truly has
Thank you.
amazing feedback and yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, we have Katie.
Hi, Casey.
Hi, Paul. Thank you for allowing me to sit in on this training. That's wonderful. I just had a question about when you show up to the showings now that we're in a digital age. I used to bring papers as well. And so do you send the link ahead of time? We will be viewing this one, and this one, or do you send it after and include the feelings? Thank
You
you.
know, you're welcome, Kathy. That's a very good question. So the system that I kind of have right now is my assistant, when they book the appointment, they will just give the first one as a link, and they will say, "Hey, meet Paul here at the first one," and then after that, you're going to see 3, 4, 5, 10, whatever properties. But I think for best practices, in my opinion, it would be good for you to show the link to the property, the detail view, when you're in it. I think for me, it's kind of like a gift. It's kind of like a psychological part of the sale where I'm actually in the house and I'm on my phone, because of COVID. And I'm like, okay, yes, this one is a 5 bedroom, 4 bath, and it was built in 1984. They're asking 1.2 million, and the HOA is blah 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 blah. And as a matter of fact, I have just I've just sent it to your inbox. Number one seen today.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
So great
Awesome.
tip. That tip is like that's a valuable tip.
Okay. Thank you.
My pleasure. My pleasure. My pleasure. Who else would like to come and get some of the goodies up here? Because you shouldn't be getting these goodies for free. You
Right.
shouldn't. I'm joking.
Here's Goldie.
Goldie.
So I was just wondering, thank you, Paul, um, for the training. I was wondering, is it still okay for us to carry that paperwork with us? Because I still do print the listing information and I take it with me. I give one copy to the buyer and I keep one to myself. And that's basically in order of the properties that we're going to see.
Yes, Goldie, absolutely. It's whatever suits your style. That's phenomenal because I think that's tangible. And what I normally do is I tell them I brought a gift for you. Like when I meet them at the first property, you would be like, hey, here's a gift for you. I brought you, all the details of the properties in the order we're going to see them. And plus, I brought a pen for you. It's wonderful sentiment. And not only that, but it's sort of like a psychological reciprocity. You give a gift to them, they owe you. And what do they owe you? They owe you to give you feedback. They owe you to make an offer. They owe you to stick to you and don't go to another realtor. They owe you openness. Great.
Awesome. Anyone else? We have Mo in the comments saying thanks, Paul.
Moen, okay. Moen, that's a nice name. I like that. Oh, Mo. Hey, Mo. You're welcome, Mo. Let me pay attention. Body language. Marina, body language. What would you say about body language? What about that you'd like to discuss? Beater?
Body language, that message Myrna sent when we were talking about buyers, and it was on the fourth or fifth step, if I remember correctly. We have Jaya in the comments as well in the chat. Why do I keep referring to this as comments? Asking, how do you build likability?
Oh, I saw that too. How do you build likability? That's a good
Okay,
question.
technique.
Yeah, is it? It's true. It's true. It's true. It's a technique. And what's your name? Who said that? How do I build?
Jaya.
Jay,
Jaya.
Jay, I got to tell you this. When I started as a salesperson in 1993, I sucked. I was not getting people to close deals. And I figured it out. You got to build likability. And basically, there's 5 unique steps of the sale. Step one is conversation. Step two is curiosity. Step three is conviction. Step four is desire. Step five is close. Step one, conversation, is where you build likability. Likability comes from association technique, mirroring technique, psychological reciprocity. If you want to discover these things, take a look. My book, The 5 Steps of the Sale, it's on Amazon, or if you would go to successfulbusinessacademy.org and go down to the bottom of the website, you will see the book there. It's with Archway Publishing. But how do you do this? Is because what you're going to need to do is to get a hold of someone that can break your old habits, and help you to transform into new habits. Whether it's your broker, mentor, coach, if that's what you want and you truly desire, you're going to have to dip into that, invest your time into that, invest your resources into that. Because if you get the ability to create more likability at an instant, what would that mean for your bottom line and your revenues generated? What would it mean for you as a person? So likability is something, is a skill set, like Benisa says. It's the ability to walk into a room and be able to say, wow, look at you. I like your hair. It looks so amazing. My sister has a hair like that. Likability. But how do you get that confidence? And your palm is not sweaty. There's a technique to that. And you have to practice that. Great question. What else do we have? Are you getting a copy? Okay, Trent. Thank you, Paul. You're welcome, guys. Wow, thank you. How about getting liked on social media videos? Hey, social media to me, man, that's a brutal place. We have a social media channel, and it's a very nice place because you help people, but it's also brutal because I think personally, social media, you pour your heart out and you're like, look at me, look at this outfit, and then nobody likes it. It's like a rejection. I feel so bad. So I'm not an expert at that. I personally don't even like social media, but I know it's necessary. So you know what I did? I hired people to do that. So whatever you see on my social media is the experts taking my footage and making that happen to get the likes. So to get the likes, I would recommend reach out to an expert, Jaya. Yeah, Jaya. Okay. The 5 steps of the Mo, 5 steps of the sale, how to sell and close 99% more. Okay, presentation. Okay, Mo, you're the man. I think Mo went and found the link and he's like sharing it with everyone. So that's a good one. Thank you so much. Everybody that buys the book, I'm gonna put you on a cruise. I'm joking. No, don't tell the publisher. I tell you that. I'm joking.
Too late, Paul. I
No,
already
no, no. Hey, scratch that recording. No, no.
I have it recorded, and you gave me permission to record you, so
Oh my gosh, the publisher will be like, "Oh, what are you talking about?" Um,
guess I'm changing my vacation plans.
oh my gosh, Martha. So what about the other comment? Love your take as
Taking social media, yeah.
okay, yeah, for sure. You got it. Good work, Paul.
Us?
Thank you. Thank you. Hey, listen, guys, it's been amazing. It's top of the hour. We have 5 more minutes. How do you want to spend the 5 minutes? Anybody want to role play or anybody want to do anything? I'll give you 5 more minutes and we could do something.
Let's bring Mo up. I feel like he's a funny guy.
Hey, Mo, come on up, buddy.
I love how today I'm just bringing people on.
Yeah, Briz, it's real good. Going to check
Hello.
out.
Hi. Sorry, can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, great energy. Thanks, Paul. I'm just wondering too, like incorporating that into some of the prospecting stuff on approaching, like any sort of insight on what energy you bring, like say for cold calling or door knocking, anything that you can provide on that front?
Yeah, yeah, for sure. I believe that for the past 31 years, I believe that we must get ourselves prepared in the mornings and then we must reward ourselves. So every day for me is a morning routine, a ritual, and also a celebration award ceremony. So as an entrepreneur, it's very difficult for the rejections. The rejections come from the cold calling, rejection come from the door knocking. So in order to be strong and powerful and balanced in doing it effectively for a long time, you must have something that's going to allow you to have your motivation turned up whenever you want it to. And it's a mindset trick that you have to do with yourself. And, we call it the nuclear mind. You look at my shirt, you can kind of see that. It's in both my books, but Mo, get yourself prepared every morning. Get yourself prepared every moment of the day that you get a no rejection because instantly there's somebody that says, "Oh my gosh, they told me to get out of here. You're such a loser." It says it. Your brain say it. It says it. You've got to fight it back by saying, no, I'm not. I'm the world's greatest door knocker. I could do this. Let me get on to the next one. You make a phone call and somebody says, stop calling me. You need to put me on a do not call list. Instantly, your brain says, oh my gosh, I'm such a loser. I'm going to get caught. They're going to find me 1,000. Negativity come in. How do you counteract that? That's our biggest challenge. And most of us don't have the ability to transform into that strong, powerful person. And you know why? Because it takes 21 days to 30 days to transform. And even now, as an adult, 35 and older, I think it takes 90 days. I think it takes 3 months for you to transform to a strong entrepreneur. So my answer to you, Mo, is find the mechanism that's going to get you to be motivated, fired up, and don't let it be cocaine. Don't let it be drugs. None of that. Don't do that. Get it from here and from your heart. Hope that was helpful, Mo. What's your feedback? Love it. Mo said, I love it. All right. My man. Great training. How do I approach my seller to reduce the listing price? That's a big one. Yvette, how to approach, we have like 2 minutes, but I'm going to tell
I
you.
think we have a webinar on that. Did we do one, Paul?
Yeah, we do. Go to the archive.
Yeah, let me find it.
Yeah. Maybe we could send it to Yvette. But Yvette, if you search our archive, we did something. We did a training on that. Or you can schedule a broad call here. Get that screenshot. Get that right there. And you know, I see people booking a lot of road calls, so you could be one of them. We could talk about it. But real quickly, Yvette, for you to get a client to reduce their price, you could either do it in the beginning when you're sitting down and getting the seller ready. They've signed and you're making them ready to show the houses. That's a moment to sit with them in the living room, in the house, with the food cooking and the smell and the kids running around. And you say, listen, I want you to be ready for all the showings. Okay, what do I need to do? We need to stage. We need to make the beds. We need to do this. And another thing, finally, we need to have a price reduction plan. What? What? We need to have a price reduction plan. You said you wanted to be out of here before Christmas. You said you didn't want to spend Christmas in this house. Is that still so? Yeah, we want to go to Ottawa for Christmas. We want to move over to Ottawa. Well, right now it's August. We got September, October. We got to sell this house. We need a price reduction plan. We start at 1 million. From 1 million, are we going to go to 995,000 or 990? What do you say? Well, let's do 995. Okay, let me write it down in the listing agreement. We're going to drop the price down to 995. And then after that, like 1 week, 2 weeks later, what are we going to go to? 985 or 9? Coach them. Dropping the Yvette, was that helpful? What do you think? Love it. Okay, Mo said it. Da da da. Yvette, awesome. Yes, good. Yvette said G. That must be good. Yes, very helpful. Okay, good. That was great. Said that.
I've shared the link to our Vimeo showcase with all those sessions we did with Paul thus far. The one regarding listing price and stuff like that, you can check those in the how to persuade your clients to list with you. I believe that is what we talked about it the most. There's also the one dealing with difficult clients. I feel like there we also handle the expectations a bit and stuff like that. So yeah, if you guys have some free time, you can just start watching these if you haven't attended it in the past, because there's truly some great, great material that Paul is sharing with us once a month.
Yay! Thank you all so much for having me here and all these great questions. And I wish you all the best. This is a difficult time, but it's also a great opportunity. As you could see, we started out by Benisa asking, hey, listen, Paul, what do you think about this buyer's brokers agreement? I think it's an opportunity for you to ask for more money and get it. That's what I think. But you have to have selling skills, right mindset, and you really need to know how to do that when you communicate with people. You know, being articulate and just having the right words, the right script, and own the script. So thank you again, guys, for being here. I wish you all the best until I see you next time. Or perhaps I see you on one of our growth chats. I'd be delighted. Vanessa, anything you'd like to say before we go?
No, that will be it from my end. Thank you so much, Paul, for everything. Talk to you next month again. Another topic, so I'm hoping to see everyone there again.
Yes, indeed. Absolutely. Bye, everyone. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Take
Bye.
care.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye.